Okay, so what was going on during the time when you were serving?
When I was serving, I started back in. When did I start? I signed up in November of 1989. Just a few days after I signed up, the United States invaded Panama. Within days of me signing up and saying, "Yep, I'll do it." Yeah, they invaded Panama. I missed that. Missed that. Thank goodness. Next thing that came up is just before I left for basic training, Iraq invaded Kuwait, and the big draw up for Operation Desert Shield and then Desert Storm. That was going on. Desert Shield was going on during the entire time I was in basic training, my advanced training, and then when I got to my first duty station in Germany, and then while that was going on, we guarded everything. Munition depots or munition dumps or whatever you want to call it, housing areas, fuel bladders, everything. If it wasn't nailed to the ground, we were guarding it. If it was nailed to the ground, we guarded that too. We did everything. So yeah, that was everything that happened during that particular time period. I can't really remember a whole lot that was real interesting. All I know is that when I got back from all these different guarding missions, oh, you should have seen it. It was on TV. They shot rockets off of ships, and it's like I didn't get to see any of it. Nothing.
Do you have any particularly memorable stories?
From basic?
Just from anywhere in general.
Okay. Oh yeah. I did it for 11 years. You end up with stories. Basic training, one of the things that really sticks out is we had to do, everybody goes through the gas chamber. They put tear gas in this thing. You're supposed to wear your mask. You're supposed to breathe it. You trust your equipment. Life is good because you have your mask on. You're not tearing up and snotting and everything like that. And then your drill sergeant comes through, who is he's a very hard cookie. Well, they all want you to think that they're the baddest ass SOB that's ever walked the face of the planet. And when he walks into the gas chamber without a mask on, not tearing, not crying, not snotting, and says, "Take your mask off." Yeah, he really was the baddest ass guy in the world. Because he wasn't snotting up. The minute you crack that seal, you're like, your face is running off. Now you're supposed to spell out your name phonetically, which means you spell it out, but A is Alpha, B is Bravo, like that. I got tagged with a name that long. Guy next to me, Wu Chow, W-U-C-H-O. He was done. I still had to do mine. My last name's 11 letters. My first name's 11 letters. That was evil. I came out of there, I swear, everything I had drank for the last 3 days was draining through my eyes and my nose. It's like, why? This is evil. But after basic, you do what's called AIT, Advanced Individual Training. And since I was a medic, we went down to Fort Sam Houston, which is in Texas. No big spiders in the trees there that I saw, but they do have fire ants in the parade grounds. One morning we got up super early, and it's at this point September, October, and it's getting cooler in Texas, where most of the guys that were from the southern states are telling me how freezing cold it is, and I'm standing there in shorts and a t-shirt going, "Oh, thank God. Oh, this is wonderful. It's 45 degrees. Yeah. I love this." But they were all, "Oh, it's freezing." They got their sweats on. They got their hoods up. They're freezing to death. "Oh, y'all can stake this." This is shorts weather. Yeah. But we were doing our what they call front back goes. Get down, you do push-ups, you roll over, you do sit-ups, then you get up and you run in place. And you're supposed to run in place, and these other guys behind me, they got down, they're doing their push-ups, and they start twitching, and then they roll over and they do their sit-ups, and when they got to the go part, they took off. And the drill sergeant was screaming at him, "Where do you think you're going?" And it ended up they were rolling around on fire ants, and yeah, there was no, they had to go. So yeah, they basically got a free pass on that one. Even the drill sergeant's like, "Yeah, Move shift. Move over.
Just move over.
Everybody move. But that's one that AIT that kind of sticks out. It was funny. It gives you memories that stick with you for a lifetime. Unfortunately, some of them are not particularly good memories. They just kind of sit there and, oh, I don't want to do that anymore.
No.
But yeah, my first duty station was in Germany. It's the first place I went. I went straight from here, hopped on a 747, and flew to Germany, which was a great trip. You're going to be doing that here pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's boring. There is nothing between the coast of the Americas and Europe except water, and you can only look at it for so long. It's really dull. Yeah, land in Germany, and then they take a couple of days to process you into the country, assign you. Because my original order said I was supposed to join the 1st Infantry Division forward, which was just a little bitty area on some other base. I never even got there. But there, the 1st Infantry Division, I was heading over to the sandbox, or what we call, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, that area. And my orders were basically to hook up with them and go. Didn't happen. My orders got changed. I ended up in the 3rd Infantry Division. I don't know if you want to call that a demotion or not, but I went from the 1st down to the 3rd. And from there, we guarded things. Oh, we guarded things. Pattonville housing area, we guarded that. That was unique, because there was 2 groups of us guarding it. There was those that they could, we were supposed to be standing out and seeing everybody. Everybody was supposed to see us. And then there was our reaction force that was not seen, and they had ammo for their weapons. We didn't have ammo for our weapons. And I remember this because we were standing in front of the elementary school and the high school of Pattonville, and one of the teachers asked me and this truck driver guy, are those loaded? Because I had my 45 in my chest and he had his M16. Are those loaded? And they weren't. And I couldn't think of a way to tell her that, I'm not supposed to tell you. And the guy next to me just chimed out with the perfect line, "Ma'am, they would be useless without it." And he wasn't wrong. They were useless. So yeah, we guarded school for a couple of days, and then another group came in and took that from us. We guarded a munitions bunkers. I'm not even really sure where those were. We guarded those for about a week, and then everything kicked off, and some of us ended up going to Turkey and guarding fuel bladders in Turkey. And I learned how to play spades, which is a card game. My boys ever ask, "Dad, what did you do during the war?" Played cards. Guarded things. Sat around, did a whole lot of nothing. Honestly, anybody ever asked, "Oh, well, look at this. It says here you're a Desert Storm veteran." No, those were the guys that actually did something. I was part of... I saw that they were doing something, but I was playing cards and guarding things and doing absolutely nothing important. So, there's a lot of guys that ended up doing absolutely nothing important.
Do you have anything that you'd like to add, like just to anything that we've talked about?
Anything in general?
Anything in general about like wars, military?
Honestly, I think it's getting to the point where I know it's very unpopular, and I know that a lot of people aren't going to like it, but I still think that a minimum 2-year mandatory for everybody, man, woman, child, when they turn 18, minimum 2 years of some sort of service. It does not have to be military. It could be AmeriCorps or Peace Corps, I don't care, but some sort of service either within or just outside of the United States. Too many people, in my opinion, are growing up here and not realizing what it's like in either parts of our country or in other countries. I do hear a lot of people complain that, "Oh, this is terrible. This country sucks. I don't want to live here." And my easy answer for them is, go someplace else. If you think the system is better in, let's say Canada or Europe or Africa or wherever, I don't care. Go there. Live there for a couple of years. If you really, really like it after that, stay. Become a citizen of that country. Otherwise, shut up. This isn't such a bad place. Honestly, I like it here. I've been to other countries. I like it here. But that's just me. You got this trip coming up to Germany. Can you read German?
Kinda. A
Okay.
little bit.
Without picking up, I forget the name of the newspaper, pick up some of the local newspapers, and if you can find a crime section, read it. When you get home, find the local paper here and read the crime section. Compare them. Things are different other places. A lot of Europe, I don't know how true this is because I can't read Danish or some of these other countries, but they're having a huge problem with their immigrants. You know, it makes the crime paper. Pay attention, read it, understand it. You know, that's just me.